The people have spoken. So we're going to do some more Evercade Fun for Fives. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich and Fun for Five. That's right. We're back in the Evercade saddle going through some more Evercade goodness. Which one? It's the Morphcat Collection. Morphcat Games Collection number 1. This one is an interesting question. It's an interesting collection because it really is almost a dual cart. I mean, there's three full games / another full game that is really more of the other game, and then there's a demo of a game that could have been a game then that wasn't. It's complicated. So you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna jump right in and start talking about this thing. Morphcat Games Collection 1 on the Evercade, played on Evercade VS. Let's go. All right, so here we are looking at Morphcat Games Collection number 1. And it's what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Bobble here, or Bubble or Bobble. Not exactly sure what the two things. That's not an umlaut. And maybe is it an umlaut? Somebody's gonna yell at me. Whatever. It's a thing. The 2 dots over the O means that I should say it some way. I'm just gonna say bubble because you know you're a bubble. That's what you are. That's what you know. So it's a platform game that is it's kind of neat. You know what? Let's just jump in because these are small. These are small games. You know what? We're just going to jump in and I'm going to play a little as we're going along. So here you are. You're controlling the little bubble guy. All right, and then to move, you gotta use the B button on the Evercade VS controller and just hold down, right? And then you let go and you kind of jump, right? And you can't just run into things, right? Because you're a bubble. You'll pop, right? So you hold down and then you go up through here and then you can go through the next little things and then like, oh, now how are you gonna jump? Well, you gotta push the bubble down like a beach ball, and then when you push a beach ball in the water, what happens when you let go? It pops up, right? And then you can go ahead and hit these little bells are your checkpoints in the game there, and then you can just hit this a whole bunch of times, which brings me to my pick, as it were. Like, so so you're playing this game, and like I said, it's a platformer. You're a bubble. You're really, really weak. You've got to be pretty precise in your movements, or else this stuff starts happening. I was actually doing much better late yesterday. Actually, I was playing this collection because I had a funny feeling somebody was going to say play some Evercade, and if it was really close, actually the poll, I was going to do some Evercade and some whatever else won. You guys blew it out. It was like 50% to go at Evercade, and everything else was like in the 20s or something like that. But anyway, you get a little Metroid action over here, where you're going to the left to get a power up that allows you to jump a little more. But therein lies the issue. You now have dive bubble, go deeper. Okay, so you can do that, and then like now you can jump higher too, right? Consequently, when you are when you go deeper in the water and you push a beach ball deeper in the water, it pops up higher, right? It's physics and all that, which is kind of cool. But I mean, I guess it is, yes, it's obviously a game mechanic that you need to be worried about, but then you have to worry about like pressure sensitivity on the controller, and am I holding it too much? Am I using it too much or whatever? And it gets, I don't want to say annoying, maybe a tad frustrating, I will say, going through and it, because I'm not like that guy, right? I'm not the super platformer guy. I like myself some Mario Brothers. I play that every once in a while. I like the single player platforming games, Metroidvanias, and all that kind of stuff. and I know sometimes you need precision jumping skills and all that kind of stuff. Okay, there are times where I do enjoy those things, but it's things like this, right? Here's your first jumping puzzle where you've got to get in here, and of course just pop right away. So you got to get over here, right? And then now you have to use pressure sensitivity to make sure you don't go too far down, right? But if you hold the button, you're just going to keep going down, right? So you got to like kind of thread it, right? You got to thread the button. And it kind of gets you. I'm not going to lie. It definitely gets you a little bit. So here, all right. As you can see, again, I'm not that great at it. And I've passed this. I have like, I've got my save states and other parts here. There we go. See, you can get through it, but this is a clear indicator, right? That this game is not for literally everybody, right? Because there are going to be some people that really like this kind of thing, and there are some people that are going to want to take this controller and throw it straight through a wall. You know what I mean? So, but at any rate, there is some fun to be had. I will absolutely say that there are definitely things about this game that make it look and feel pretty cool. I do enjoy playing the game. It's just that you've got to be in a mood, and that mood is, okay, I'm about to play a game where I'm going to die like 7,000 times. Is that cool? Okay, yeah, it's cool. All right, so now I'm going to play this game. So and that's kind of what Bubble's whole purpose is. Again, not for everybody, but some cool things could happen here as I'm awfully playing this. So anyway, that's that. All in all, what's the pick? What's the pick level, Rich? You know what? I'm going to give Bubble a half pick because again, it's not necessarily in my wheelhouse, but I can see why people might really like it. But it isn't something I'm going to put in and 100% want to play all the time. So it just misses that full pick for me, but it is pretty close. It's a tightly made game. The controls do feel pretty good. It's not like the controls are bad and therefore you can't make these jumps. No. It's just that you have to get used to them in order to do that. So let's go into Micro Mages, and I'm going to do Micro Mages and Micro Mages Second Quest kind of like they really are the same game, but you'll see what I mean. But this game right here, automatic full pick for Micro Mages. And again, I'm not that platformer guy, but if you've got a really cool hook and it's not amazingly difficult, and you've got some cool things like you've got your jump abilities, you've got a little projectile weapon thing, you got wall jumps. I don't know what it is about wall jumps, but I love wall jumps. And you've got a way to you've got creature control, I guess is what you could call it, right? A way to make sure that you are you've got a way of eliminating your enemies. I think it's got a cool soundtrack. I dig the music. You can shoot up, down, left, right, whatever. You've got your whole wall jumpy thing going on. Very, very cool. And it's kind of like I don't know, what if there was a multiplayer platformer version of something like a Kid Icarus, right? That's what I get when I play this game. I kind of feel like this could have been like a multiplayer mode in a Kid Icarus 2 or something like that. You know what I mean? I definitely feel that kind of vibe. I don't know why, but I just do. And it's pretty neat. You know, you race to the top and you get up there and you get to the end of your stage. You know, there's all sorts of different towers to climb. There's boss battles. There's all sorts of cool stuff. And like I said, soundtrack's tight and all that kind of thing. So this is pretty cool. You know, definitely full pick. Definitely worth your time. Now, if you like that and you want a better, bigger, faster challenge, then Micromage's Second Quest is 100% for you. And the reason why is because, hey, look, we're going to dive into Tower 1-1, just like we had Tower 1-1 on the other side. This is a kind of similar situation to that first level we just played in the other game. However, when you get in here, you know, you got your little skeleton enemies, and then right away, oh wait, now there's bats coming for you, and they take 2 hits to kill. All right, let's go jump away from these guys. You know, the platforming is a little harder. You know, you can see that, you know, you've got to actually make some cool wall jumps here. Oh, you got some more enemies here, and then what the heck is this guy? Oh, and I died. You've got the big skeleton guy. What's up with him? Well, if I can get up to him without dying again. He takes all sorts of hits and then explodes into bones that if you don't avoid them, you wind up dying anyway. So, like, it's the difficulty here is amped up, you know, pretty highly. So again, if you really like Micromages and you want the full-fledged experience, full-fledged challenge, then heck yeah, Microwave Second Quest is totally your bag. If you don't want that kind of stuff, as I just fall off the stage there, then this one might not be for you. If you were looking for more like of a, oh, well, hey, it's just more levels and it's still laid back, maybe not. But for me, Micromage's Second Quest gets a half pick. I really liked Micromages. Micromages get the full pick. It's again, it's that old man in me. It gets a half. Second Quest gets a half pick because it's like that extra level of brutal that I don't know. I don't play games for that anymore. I did for a little bit. It was like, oh, they made those brutal Meat Boy kind of games or whatever, and I'll play some of them. But I just, you know, it's just me. I don't do that anymore. I don't know. You guys can yell at me in the comments. It's fine. But half pick. But so far, so good for this collection. You know, let's see where we're going. We'll go to Space Goals. And as I'm starting this one, I'm just gonna say right out, here you are. You're this little bird guy, and this little bird guy's about to say, you know what? Let's take 2 games that I really enjoy playing and mash them in together. And those 2 games are Joust and Mega Man. And why? I don't know. Because these guys were like, I don't know, they were bored one day. I don't know why I can't. Oh, that's right. I'm playing on the wrong screen. That's why I can't make any of these jumps. I'm looking at a delay of a delay. So I'm giving myself like all sorts of crazy bad looks on this. But anyway, this game is just quirky fun. And you know what? You know, like difficulty wise, you know, like is it a little difficult? Is it a little weird to play at first? 100%. Absolutely 100%. It does take some getting used to. But for me, I don't care because I'm Bird Mega Man. And I just joust people by like jumping on them. And I go through and I'm just, you know, just doing my thing. And I don't know, it just feels really cool. It feels really good to play. You know, there's plenty of like stuff where if you mess up and I just got wrecked, right? Playing that other part of this. You know, you get a little in-game checkpoint action. You know, I just got wrecked over there, but there's still, you know, you can get, you can get extra by defeating your enemies. I totally am on the wrong screen again. You can kind of like make up for the fact that you're getting owned a little by picking up some extra energy, but these guys leave. But like I said, I mean, quirky, fun, really kind of cool. I like the music, and like I said, Joust and Mega Man. Let's go, let's do it. So full pick for me on Space Goals. It's a really cool thing. And then we get to Super Bat Puncher, which is like a demo. It is a demo. It is kind of beefy. That you can play this game for a while. And it's really kind of neat. This is a concept of a game that actually, I guess, never happened. It just didn't actually come out or whatever. But it's got some history for the guys over at Morphcat, because this was one of the first games that they had put together in 2011, which is kind of cool. You get to see a little company history. You're playing basically a prototype, and it's like quirky fun. You get like in 21XX whatever story, and you're this character that has a giant like punching bag, one of those like joke punch things. Here, I'll show it to you real quick. And that's what you do. You go run around and you just literally punch bats with this thing. The little jump thing, and then here you go. It's funny. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I can give this game a full pick because it's a demo. It's not like a full thing. But if you're interested in seeing like game history, definitely check this thing out. It's got a cool story. It's got neat kind of things. It is a little quirky. There's some things that like that are weird about it. There's some artifacting and like that kind of thing. But I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth it to check it out. You got a little sidekick that you could actually play as in a 2-player. You get a little further here, and then you can actually like plug in a second controller and have somebody play as the bird. And apparently the bird is like super strong and like can do things that may or may not be savory. Just gonna leave it there. Here's an enemy that the game's called Super Bat Puncher, and if you don't play the demo long enough to show you actually, there, I punched a bat. There you go. I don't know. It's silly fun. But it can only really get a half pick for me because it's not necessarily a full game. So I can give you a half a game or even a 3/4 of a game or whatever, a full pick. I gotta take a little bit off, but but in a collection of 3 games, per se, right? With Second Quest getting a half pick, Bubble getting a half pick, and Super Bat Puncher getting a half pick. That doesn't even classify as a game. These are bonuses, right? Second Quest and Super Bat Puncher are bonuses. If you go solely by the 3 games that are there, Micro Mages and Space Goals getting full picks. I mean, that's over 50% for your games right there. So let's go ahead into the wrap up and see what's going on for Morphcat Games Collection. All right, like I said, there you have it. It was Morphcat Games Collection 1. Played on the VS for a little bit. We took a look at all of them actually this time. A little uncommon. It's not something we're going to do except for when we get to the end of the week, or midweek. I guess we're going to hit Alma's and Cathedral because you guys said give me more Evercade. Evercade is what you will receive. We're doing. We did Morphcat Collection today. We're doing Intellivision 2 tomorrow. Alma's Awakening Cathedral on Wednesday. C64 is the Thursday Fun for 5. And then, of course, hopefully, we'll cross fingers. It's December 5th, so hopefully the VS update will come out. And then you can get we'll get the extra extra 2 games released for the game of the month. So we'll game of the month it up on Friday. Close out the week that way. Fear not, though. If you guys are here not looking for Evercade straight content, I think there might be extra bonus videos. I've never really done a bonus video outside of that, but if I get the time, I'm going to do some bonus videos because there's some cool things that happen in Atari VCS land that I want to talk about. Plus, you never know. There might be some news or something crazy goes on or whatever. You see this face, these gums flapping some more. But anyway, to finish up Morphcat Collections, I think if you're into, I'll say this, right? It's full. It's like 2 out of 3 of the main games get full picks. That's a positive cart for me. It's worth my pickup for sure. Is it worth it for you? I would say this. If you're a fan, like a super fan of Indie Heroes Collection 1, and you're loving what's going on in Indie Heroes, Collection 2, and getting those preview games in the game of the month, then yes, Morphcat's probably worth your time because these games kind of fit right into that category. Even if you're into the Megacat 1 and 2, if you're into those games, again, these games will fit right in to that aesthetic, that indie kind of like like new wave, old school 8-bit games, that whole thing. Yes, totally worth your time, totally worth playing. If you're a multiplayer fan, Micro Mages itself, I think, might be worth the cart, to be honest, as far as that stuff. And that's if you're, I bought a VS and I bought 4 controllers, and my friends come over and we just play as many 4-player games as possible. What's another good one? Buy Morphcat Games Collection 1, because Micro Mages is that one, and it's super fun to play multiplayer. So just jump in. It's like, again, you take a game like Towerfall, right? From the Ouya days and beyond, right? That game, again, that one was a single screen 4-player, but it kind of had that same like jumpy, like feel good, everything feels really awesome, and you're working towards a goal together, kind of thing. I think it's neat. And again, Micro Mages fits in that aesthetic. So if you're into that kind of stuff, boom, Morphcat Games Collection is for you. If you're into just collecting like all the cool old stuff that you used to play and you remember from back in the day, you're a fan of the Intellivision stuff, the Jalico stuff, and the Namco stuff, and the coming soon Capcom things and all that kind of stuff. All right, maybe this one doesn't fit in that box, so maybe you leave that one away a little bit. But again, it's all, this is all subjective stuff, right? Like everyone has a different opinion. But these are strong games, and I will say, if for sure for Micro Mages, I think it really is worth a look for everybody. And if you're looking for just some quirky fun, I mean, Space Skulls it's like silly fun. It's really silly fun. I really enjoy it. But anyway, what do you guys think? Hit me up down below. Let me know down in the comments below what's going on with that. See if you guys agree, disagree, whatever, with the whole Morphcat Games Collection Fun for 5 today. And don't forget, again, we'll be back tomorrow with some more stuff. I was going to do something bigger for Intellivision Collection 1 and 2, but you know what? We're going to Fun for 5 Collection 2 anyway. And then we'll see what we can do. With maybe we'll do another project vid or something like that. And that takes those two into itself, because Intellivision is also a big part in and of itself of this particular channel, as we do Fun for 5s of the 125 is the goal is to kind of get through all of them, and we've been doing that here and there. So at any rate, until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Thanks so much to everyone for hanging out and watching. All right, see you guys. RTFC.baconicecream.com